today I want to share with you the top 3 ways to hire freight agents if you're looking to grow your sales as a freight broker. All right. 3 key ways. You have to understand. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a bonus. If you stick around to the end, there's going to be 4 ways, right? Not 5, 4. But listen, before we do that, before I dive into those 3, let me set the table a little bit. I've got to give a little bit of a backdrop here. First of all, because I don't know where everybody is in this training level. So first of all, what is a freight agent? A freight agent is an independent contractor. Typically, they're on a 1099 that works under the license of an authorized freight broker. So they're working with a freight broker who has their license and authority to move freight in the United States. They work as an independent contractor and they are paid a high commission, typically ranging between 50 and 70% of the profit on any given load. So if you make $200 profit on the load and you're at 50% commission, the agent gets $100. That's a perfect example. Okay. Now, the cool thing about becoming a freight agent is it doesn't require you to have a broker bond. It doesn't require you to have a freight broker authority of your own, and it doesn't require you to have freight broker insurance. That's the cool part about being a freight agent. All right. Now, why did I decide to hire freight agents to help scale my business? Well, one of the things that I did in my first few years as a broker, we grew to about $6 million in sales with an in-house brokerage. But I knew all along the way that I wanted to pivot into an agent business model. So at the point that we had built up the business and we had a real product and a real offering and real clients and real cash flow, we had a real business moving, I decided to start hiring agents. And the 2 biggest reasons why I decided to hire agents, and then listen, I'm going to get to the 3 ways you can hire agents, but stick around here. I got to give you this backdrop really quick. The 2 biggest reasons why I started hiring freight agents was 1, access to the best talent, because I wasn't limited to just talent in the Buffalo area, okay, which was great, but I had a much bigger talent pool when I could recruit anywhere in the country, okay? So that's number 1. And number 2, it allowed me to scale much faster, because when I'm able to recruit experienced brokers, experienced salespeople, experienced operations people, people who have customer relationships, people who have carrier relationships, it allowed me to scale much faster. So those are the 2 biggest reasons: access to talent and scaling faster. All right. The next question I'm going to answer before I give you those 3 top ways to hire freight agents is this: should you hire freight agents? Should I hire freight agents as a freight broker? Okay. And I can't answer that for you personally, but there's 2 questions I want you to ask, right? Number 1, what can I offer an experienced freight agent? Someone who has a book of business. What can I as a company offer them? If you're day 1 of a freight brokerage, it's probably going to be hard to offer anything that's significant or attractive to that agent other than maybe a high commission. All right. So the second question is, what can I offer an agent without a book of business? Wherever you are best suited, that's the target market that you need to go after at this time. So I recommend that if you're a newer brokerage, you may have a hard time recruiting experienced agents with a book of business. It's not impossible, but you have to ask yourself, what do I have to offer? What type of product do I have to offer them of value that would attract them to me, that would make them want to work with me and partner with me? Okay. So that's an important question you got to answer. Now, here's the good news. I'm going to stop yapping, but I'm going to get to the top 3 ways to hire freight agents if you're looking to grow and scale your business as a broker. All right. Number 1 on the list, my favorite place to go online: LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the world's largest social network for professionals. It's kind of like Facebook, but it's much cooler because we don't get all the political and religious and other crap out there. It's all oriented towards business. Okay. It's the largest professional networking site in the world. It is a great place to find, connect, and engage with potential freight agents. It's also a great place to find, connect, and engage with potential shippers. So LinkedIn is definitely on the list. These are not in any discernible order, but it just happens to be number 1. I love LinkedIn because it allows you to search, not only profiles, but it allows you to look at content that's specific to agents. It allows you to post content. It allows you to build your authority and your expertise to attract people to you with content. There's a lot of great things that you can do with LinkedIn. I'm not going to get into a full training right now, but just know that LinkedIn is one of the best places that you can go to hire agents. It was one of the primary sources that we used as a way to recruit quality agents. Matter of fact, we generated well over $20 million in annual recurring revenue just using LinkedIn as a marketing and sales tool to get shippers and agents. So yes, LinkedIn is one of the top places. Number 2, job boards. Okay. The obvious job boards. Well, the good news is I put together a job board. You'll see the link on the screen at some point here, freightbrokerbootcamp.com/jobs. If you go there, that is a free job board where you can not only post your job if you're a broker looking for agents, but you can also get a job and get hired if you're looking to become an agent, right? Some of the jobs on there require experience in a book of business. Some of the jobs on there don't require any experience. If you went through my Freight Broker Bootcamp training, a lot of times those people that are placing the job ads will give you preferential treatment because you went through my training. But Freight Broker Bootcamp/jobs is not the only job board. You've got places like Jobs and Logistics, which is another great job board. We used to advertise on there. Indeed.com, another great job board where you can advertise and attract and get agents inbound, right? Inbound applications and resumes from people that want to be agents. So those are 3 great places, okay? Freight Broker Bootcamp job board, Indeed, and Jobs and Logistics. But again, ultimately it comes down to number 2 on the list is job boards, all right? And remember, this is number 3, but I'm going to give you a bonus. Number 4, I'm going to give you a 4th bonus, but I need you to stick around to the end, okay? Number 3 is load boards. Yes. Truck Stop, DAT, Trucker Path, Direct Freight, 123 load boards, all of the major load boards. Those are all great sources for leads for people that could be potentially become an agent, okay? Especially, and they may have a book of business. Here's why. When you go on the load board, if you have the ability to search loads, say for example, you're a carrier and you have the ability to search loads or see loads, you will be able to see what brokers are posting those loads. And the brokers that are posting those loads that have an agent program, or if they're a larger brokerage and they have brokers working inside, that can become a great lead source for you to start prospecting, finding and engaging and developing relationships with those people that are using the load boards. If they're an existing broker or an existing agent using the load boards, well, then they should definitely be someone that's on your list that you want to have a conversation with about your agent program. Okay. And the bonus, all right, the bonus tip here, bonus tip number 4, a paid referral program. Having a paid referral program to anybody that refers you an agent that you then hire and hit some sort of benchmark in regards to trigger that bonus. There's 2 ways to trigger the bonus, right? In my opinion, if I were a broker right now hiring agents, this is something that I might do. And again, this is completely up to you. You can design your own program. You can do a one-time payment where you give them a one-time payment of $500, $1,000, $1,500 if that agent stays with you for a period of time, 3, 6, 12 months, okay? The shorter the better, because of course they want to get their money sooner. And if they get their money sooner, then they're more likely to refer you agents. So you could do a one-time fee. I think $500, $1,000, $1,500 is very fair for a one-time fee. A lot of the risk is on you, but ultimately, if it's $1,000 fee, you really, the break-even point is probably all they had to do is generate $2,000 or $3,000 in profit, and you will have covered that cost. And if they can't generate $2,000 or $3,000 in profit, you probably didn't make a very good hire. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a recurring fee, a recurring referral fee. So for example, if I were to hire an agent, you referred the agent to me, I hired the agent as an independent agent. And then what I might pay is I might pay something like 5% of the profit. So for example, if that agent did in his 6 month, if they did $10,000 in gross profit, that 5% would mean I would pay the person that referred it to me, I'd pay you $500, right? And I'd pay you 5% for maybe the first year that agent was on board. And then after that, I might pay you 1 or 2% of the profit after that. And the reason why that's very powerful is because number 1, that's a lot of money. If the agent is successful and they're doing $10,000 a month or more in profit, that could mean a lot of money for that person that referred it. And the cool thing for you is that it costs you nothing to source that person. You didn't have to place a job ad. You didn't have to spend 100 hours trying to find them and prospect because they were referred to you, right? Referrals are an incredible way to do this, especially if you have an existing agent, right, that you've brought on board and they know other brokers and other agents. You can entice them. You can motivate them to give you referrals by offering a referral fee. Because the fact is, if you just ask for referrals and you're not willing to compensate them, the likelihood of them giving you that referral is not very good. and the quality of that referral may not be very good. So those are the four really quick. Number 1, LinkedIn. Number 2, job boards. Number 3, Loadboards. And number 4, the bonus is have a paid referral program. So listen, if you're curious about becoming a freight agent or a freight broker, check out freightbrokerbootcamp.com. Trained over 10,000 students, had the program for over a decade, and we offer a 60-day, 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. You can check that out at freightbrokerbootcamp.com.